This is the Adoption is Love podcast. Real stories from real birth moms who've lived it, loved through it, and grown stronger because of it.
Grief is real and it is hard. Working with moms, I would never tell them that it's easy to make an adoption plan. It is very hard. This is a baby. This is her baby.
Today, Heather Hales and Catherine Cheek from Deaconess dive into the real, messy, emotional moments after birth, when love, grief, and tough choices hit all at once. They share how they've supported nearly 1,000 women, showing that even when life takes a turn, the path forward can still be powerful. They're joined by adoptive mom and director of development, Kristen Reyes-Tarsick.
What would you say to a woman, though, the expectation to have, because it is a moment of loss, this tension to manage of you have an adoptive family who's been waiting and wants to love and care, and you have this great moment of loss and grief. Can you talk to the mom about what she may feel in that moment?
I think that every woman sees that beautiful baby and was like, what can I do to keep this baby? I think we would be not telling the truth if we said that not every mom thinks that in the hospital. So I think in looking at her options and her goals and why does she think it's in the best interest of her baby to be parented by the parents she chose? I think that's the choice that she needs to make at that moment. But grief is real and it is hard. Working with moms, I would never tell them that it's easy to make an adoption plan. It is very hard. This is a baby. This is her baby. And so we're not saying you're going to stop ever being a mom, right? You're always going to be a mom. It's just you're not going to parent that baby.
Right.
And I think that's the decision she has to make at that moment.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of the openness option is that you can make that really tough choice, but you can still have relationship. You can still be part of their lives. I appreciate your honesty. It is a moment of extreme grief and loss.
And I think the thing about grief is that it can make you feel a little crazy and you can feel like this deep sadness that you've never felt before. And you can have a real sense of peace because you think this is the right decision. And that can be a really kind of discombobulating experience. And you've also just given birth. So you've got a lot of hormones running through your body. So there's a lot happening for women in that moment. And so I think just recognizing that all of your emotions are valid and it's okay to feel them and talk about them. And again, if you're working with a reputable organization that has someone, there would be someone with you at the hospital. Catherine and I have been in the delivery room with women before. They've invited us into that space with them, and it's a privilege to get to do that. And so I think that you will feel a lot of emotions, and it's really important to process those with someone that's safe and that knows what they're doing.
And I want to add to that grief process is not something that happens in a couple of weeks. Grief comes up at different times, and so it's almost just this journey that you take. When you have a reputable agency that's willing to walk with you through that, at Deaconess, once a mom gives consent, that's not the end for us. Right. That's the beginning for us.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there for that mom in the good days and the hard days. And so we create spaces for that with different types of activities during the year, including a retreat where moms can really take the time to talk about their placement of their child in a time that they may not be able to talk about with just anyone. And so I think those things are very important, is that continued support of moms after they've made the decision for adoption.
If a woman's listening to this right now and she is pregnant, maybe she just found out, or maybe she is getting closer to delivery and she's unsure, would you recommend that she get support?
Absolutely.
Because one of the things I hear you saying is that you don't have to face this alone. There are reputable adoption agencies out there where you will be assigned an adoption specialist who understands the legal process and the emotional process and will walk with you and inform you and empower you to make the decision and support you with whatever decision you make.
So if you are in Oklahoma or Kansas, we would love to talk with you at Deaconess, and you can reach us at our pregnancy hotline. You can fill out the form on our website. There's lots of different ways to contact us. You can text or call us. If you're outside of Oklahoma or Kansas and you're hearing this, we would encourage you to look at a pregnancy center in your area. Most communities have one, and they're going to be able to connect you with an adoption professional in your area. There's also some great nationwide organizations like Brave Love that have lists of adoption professionals on their website, and those are great places to start.
Thank you both for your insight and sharing your experience and wisdom.
Thanks for listening to the Adoption is Love podcast, brought to you by Deaconess Pregnancy and Adoption. Life can be full of surprises, and we understand the unexpected. If you want to learn more about your options, visit adoptionis.love.